Hey, this is Justin with DayTradeTheMarkets.com. It is Thursday, October 3rd, and we've got two videos for you today. I wanted to do something of an overview and just kind of look at a pretty wild day and break down this, kind of look more closely at this early sell-off, the evidence that there was some buying coming in, and then this part of the day here, starting right around in here, was pretty darn choppy. That was about the time when there was some news that came out that there was a shooting at Capitol Hill. I'm not really sure exactly what happened with that, but that was what I saw at the time. But anyway, just wanted to give an overview on that. So bigger picture, our bias was more down than up, but we certainly wanted to watch this area between around 65 and 66, which is the remaining buying gap from about a month ago. So that was our area of that we really wanted to monitor going forward. So this day really fit what we were somewhat expecting, so I wanted to break it down a little bit more fully. A couple things: when you watch Dave's video, he does a live trade where he recorded it, where he got long right about in here, so that just gives you some context within the day. Also, he's on Pacific time, I'm on Eastern, so that's why it may look a little different. And I also use a setting, I choose to use a setting that's a little more aggressive than the one he does, and those are certainly options that you would have as well, just to give you some background on that. Let me go ahead and zoom in on the first half of the day here. So we open up the day, and our first major structure is what we call this high velocity move, that box, and also a level 2 selling bar, a strong selling aggression bar. So that is showing us that there's some selling that's coming into the market, and we want to see, number one, can the high of this high velocity move hold, and can we get some follow through below? And you can see we didn't even test the high, and in fact we had some pretty quick follow through below it. So that certainly would set up the possibility of what we call a high velocity move continuation trade, which is where you would be, rather than the retracement trade where you sell up here, you'd be looking to sell toward the bottom right in here. So that's certainly an option there, but the main point is that we're starting to see on the low of the day some pretty strong selling that comes in. Here's another level 2 bar, and then we have this series of two level 3 selling aggression bars, also a high velocity move. So this is on the low of the day. So this is really showing us that there is a lot of strong selling aggression that's coming into the market, really confirming that this market is controlled by bears at this time. So that's telling us, number one, we wouldn't want to mess around and be on the long side. Number two, how can we find a way to get on board with that? So one way is obviously when this first one came in, you could be looking to take the level 3 retracement trade. When that didn't happen, there was another one that came in. You could be looking to take a level 3 retracement trade on that. Okay. There's also the low of this one, this first one, which could be the level 3 continuation trade, or what we call the sweet spot trade is when these two areas combine. There's two overlapping level 3 bars. This is a really nice place to be looking to get short. So that certainly is an option there. The one caveat with that would be that as we make new lows again here, you can see we did so on a level 3 selling aggression bar that got quickly rejected. The very next bar was a level 1 buy that actually closed above. So that's giving us a little bit of pause. That's our first selling structure that didn't have immediate follow through. So it's telling us not necessarily, again, that doesn't mean that buyers have taken over and we're going to make new highs. It simply means that we've gone from pure selling control to now more of a two-sided market. Okay, so at that point, it's not a vertical market, so you'd want to be a little careful. Still, this sweet spot area here, or a little more conservative up toward the high, that certainly makes sense in terms of a short trade, because again, the bigger picture bias is down. Our earlier structure was bearish. This is simply showing us that we're now more two-sided. We haven't really seen any bullish structure with follow through to say that things have changed. It just means we're more of a two-sided consolidating market, and you can actually see that for a good hour or so. We traded sideways within about a 2-3 point range. Okay. Also, our filter at this time was red. So I mean, all signs are pointing that you'd rather still be on the short side, just not quite as aggressive, because now we're in a more of a two-sided scenario. So we have that. Next, we have a high velocity selling and a level 3 selling, and again, same idea here. It's almost a sweet spot in essence, where you've got the continuation trade of the high velocity move and the retracement trade of the level 3 bar, or in other words, one of those sweet spots right in here. So that certainly is a good area. Got another level 3 bar. We test right to the high of that on the retracement idea. Another level 3 bar right to the high of that. But now you can see that we're into this potential area of buying support. this buying gap from about a month ago. And you can see that what happens is we go test below that. We do it on a level 3 selling aggression bar. We test to the high of it. We actually sell off back toward the low, but we don't make new lows. And that's our first, potential red flag. It doesn't, again, mean buyers have taken over, but it is a potential red flag. And it is coming at an area that could potentially be some support. Now you can see, let me actually scroll this forward now a bit. You can see, however, that as we get failure on this level 3 selling aggression bar and we take out its high finally, we do so on a high velocity move. So that's showing us that some strong buying is actually coming in. Not just, it's showing us that there is some strong buying coming in. This is where Dave's trade took place, right in here, that you can watch on the video below. And certainly we'd invite any comments that you might have. You can post those in the comment section below also. Then you could see we had more follow through here with a level 2 bar, a level 3, 2 level 3 bars in a row. Again, let's look at that sweet spot idea right in there. So certainly a nice potential trade opportunity there. If you're waiting for a little more confirmation than Dave took, and even he would say that was an aggressive trade, but certainly there was some logic behind it. Then you can see we just continue higher with some selling, and then we get pretty wild here at the end of the day with that news. And when you have news like that, it's going to be who knows how the market's going to react when there's major news like that. So you can see though that when we got some follow through with this level 3 bar, here's where we started to get some level 3 selling. We sold off, we get some level 3 buying, and I think this is really where the news really accentuated. And then we tested up to the resistance area, sold off toward the end. So kind of an interesting day. I break it into 3 parts: early sell, buyers take over, volatility on news. And a couple other points here with the retracement trade idea, the sweet spot trade idea, and so forth. So let us know other questions you might have, and hopefully that makes some sense. Hopefully you'll check out Dave's video.